Hello, and welcome to Famicast 192, your Famicast for the latter part of February 2021. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today I'm joined, as always, by Mr. James Charlton.
Hey, good to see Cyrus.
Yeah. So if you're watching the video version, we're trying out some new tech stuff, and we put in the intro as a video, but just check it out. But just know that Cyrus is unfortunately not here today. But another person who actually is here and not #old is Mr. Ty Sugar himself.
That's right. You'll never get rid of me. Try as you might.
Right. So yeah, we're all here. We all survived since the last episode, I guess. But yeah,
barely.
I mean, of course, there was the huge Nintendo Direct that just happened last week. We're definitely going to be talking about that. A little bit of new business here, but I think most of the show is going to be mainly focused on news. Ty does have a couple of two boxes or something of anime garbage.
Yeah, right here.
Okay, cool. So we'll have to go through that. No, just kidding.
Yeah, we will have to suffer through this.
Yeah.
I promised some not safe for work stuff as well, which is exciting.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't let your mom come in.
Right. All right. Well, before we get into the Nintendo Direct stuff, like I said, I think that's going to be kind of like the brunt of this episode. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of new business.
Chotto, new business.
Yeah, I wrote literally like nothing in the agenda, but I just wanted to share a couple of like retro finds that I found here recently that I thought was kind of cool. So, well, one is not. I think it's cool. Some of you guys out there might not really like this stuff, but I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. So, and on the GameCube, they had the EA published Lord of the Rings games and stuff like that. But there was another game that came out a little bit later. It's based on The Hobbit and literally called just The Hobbit. So I got this off eBay actually and had it shipped.
Peter Jackson's The Hobbit.
Yes, circa like 2000, 2003 or whatever. But
did you find that on the box art screw up Twitter?
No. Is there a box art?
Oh, what's wrong with it?
It looks like shit.
Well, yeah, it does look pretty terrible. I have the Japanese one here actually too. It never released on the GameCube here. It only released on the PS2, and it looks a little bit nicer.
Yeah, that's way better. That's like exhibit A and B of like generic American and Japanese game box art. It's like the meme right there. Hold them both up.
It is like the meme, isn't it?
It's exactly like this is exhibit A.
And then the Chinese version's got Mickey Mouse behind him.
Right? Yeah, it's like some MS Paint collage bullshit.
Yeah, so just for the Hobbit, the game, just in general, it's a pretty fun game. It's kind of like a mix between a Zelda and Mario, like a 3D Zelda and a 3D Mario. Pretty fun. I played it years ago. All my shit got ganked. I had my box version's gone, but actually this is better than my version that I had because it comes with like this little trading card or whatever, with the same horrible 3D looking Bilbo Baggins there. So there's
some of the early Harry Potter games were like that as well. Like mixture between 3D platform and adventure game.
Yeah.
And didn't do either of them very well, but
yeah. And I just want to thank all of you guys that are sending off here in the chat. Looks like we got James Allen in there, Russ Greeno's in there too, Lemonade Metal Mike's in there too. Welcome aboard, fellers. And
good up, boys in the house.
Yeah, hit that like button and subscribe. But one other thing I
already do.
Watching live from the supermarket. Cool.
Yes.
I caught some strangers about it.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Check these guys out.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I'm like watching live from the supermarket. Classic.
I hope it's on like the volume's cranked up and everyone in the supermarket can hear.
No headphones. Attention, Walmart shoppers.
Yeah.
Well, there was one other game that I found on a reseller here in Japan. And Ty, I know we've talked about this game maybe briefly before, but Aero Fighters Assault, right?
Yeah, that's a real video game. It exists.
Yeah, and I found the Asian version, a version that would have been sold in like Hong Kong and I think like a couple of other regions like Taiwan and stuff like that. So I found that a couple of weeks ago.
Published by Video System.
Yeah.
That sounds
Are you sure
fake.
the Chinese version?
Well, I mean, technically, it depends on how you want to classify Hong Kong and Taiwan, I guess. But
video game.
Yeah,
Published by Video Game.
it's interesting because I've never actually had an Asian version of an N64 game before. So the package it's North American box art with a little label that says like this doesn't play in Japanese systems or North American or PAL systems and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So it only works in the Hong Kong system. I didn't even know they had their own one.
Yeah, I mean, Hong Kong, I guess, like I said, I think Korea, they kind of lumped a couple of different regions together.
I want to see what the little corners on the cartridge look like. I want to see so bad.
Let's gonna bump it out here real quick. Actually, there was like a piece of crap like inside of like the
literal.
Yes, show us the crap.
Well, I already threw it in the garbage, but it's gonna be pretty tough to see.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Nice and clear, actually.
Yeah, okay, I have a North American cart here for.
I was going to say, isn't that an American one? American ones had that, didn't they?
Yeah, no, pretty close. That one's yeah, it's like one big wide gap, and yeah, so it is a different shape. They have their own unique plastic piece that you have to scrape out with a Phillips head or whatever.
Yeah. But anyways,
a lot of them did work, didn't they? If you just had like a physical shape converter, it worked, didn't it?
Yeah. Like if you have a Game Shark lying around, or you just physically yank that piece of plastic out of your system, and you're good to go.
Yeah, I don't want to damage my system or my games, but
PAL games were different. Like even if you removed the shell, it wouldn't work because it's just completely different, right?
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, like somebody was selling like a shipping crate of these or whatever, and
nice.
then I noticed it was like maybe a couple $100 USD if you were to price it that way. But then like a couple of days ago, I saw an individual copy for like roughly 1,600 yen, like $15. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
Sure.
So
this is actually a good game, by the way, Danny.
I rented it back in the day. It's okay. Japanese title is called Sonic Wings. I don't have it in Japanese, but I'm thinking about picking it up. Maybe it'll be a project for somewhere down the line. But
if it was an indie game on Switch, how much would it be? Like $4.99 or $9.99?
Yeah, something like that. And then nobody would probably buy it.
Like your favorite helicopter game. What's it called?
Yeah, that was a fun game. Air Missions Hein. It was a good game.
Yeah.
All right. But like I said, I didn't want to spend too much time on myself because I didn't even play any of these things here lately. But let's go ahead and move on to Ty.
Hell yeah. So I have a couple of oddball games. They're usually the exact opposite of what I play. First up is a game called 7 Billion Humans.
Okay, I didn't know if you were just writing things in the agenda or if that was actually like the name of a game. So, okay.
It's the name of a game. It's a sequel, actually. Okay. I forget what the first one is called, but anyway, this is what the dude or dudes that made World of Goo went on to.
Okay.
Okay.
And like once you play it, you see it has that exact art style. But what it is
right.
I
thought they meant something else with human in it. It was like
human resource machine. That's what it's called.
Oh, that is okay. So it was a stupid fake name, and you just wrote down.
No, this is the sequel to Human Resource Machine. Yes, and it's available now on Nintendo Switch.
I'm so confused.
Okay. So, yeah, like I didn't even realize like, oh, there's one before this. Like I just saw it on sale and bought it. I'm like, this looks fun. So yeah, what it is it's a programming game. You program there's no typing involved actually. You just kind of click and drag the commands you want to use over to the side. And it's it's pretty basic level stuff like just do these things in order, and you give the same programming to every human and try to get them to do whatever bullshit task you've been assigned. And it starts out easy, like move a block around, and then it gets increasingly more complicated, like put the blocks in order, count exponential numbers, do all sorts of crazy bullshit. And it's a lot of fun. It ends up being kind of funny when you program something wrong. And I'm having fun.
Cool.
You need...
Russ,
yeah.
Yeah, Russ, I still need to finish Human Resource Machine. I got stuck.
Yeah. I mean, this seems like a game you could just cheat your way through. You just look up the solution. I haven't looked up any, and I've gotten pretty far. I might be near the end of the game. I'm not sure how far it goes.
Okay.
It's supposed to be super easy if you're a programmer.
Yeah, it probably is.
Okay.
Like laughably easy. But if you don't have that brain, then it'll be incredibly hard.
Yeah, if I'm wide awake and well rested, the game is usually pretty easy. If I'm like super tired and not alert, like I cannot handle it.
So me every day, I couldn't handle it.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's fun in its own goofy way. Yeah, so I'm having fun with it, and it is on Switch.
Okay,
nice.
Yeah,
also, go ahead.
Sale.
Yeah,
keep an eye out for sales.
The developer's name, are they the Tomorrow Corporation or something?
Yeah.
Didn't they were called that like in the game, and didn't they like change that to their real name or something like weird like that?
I don't know. I think it's literally like 3 people.
Okay. Yeah. Welcome to Xenoblade fan in the chat. Hey, thanks. Welcome aboard, dude.
Danny, I don't know if you remember that, but those guys, the Tomorrow Corporation people, I tweeted at them asking them how one of their games was going to work. Maybe it was World of Goo, actually. I tweeted at them, like, how's it going to work? Like, because you need an IR pointer. And they kind of accidentally admitted that the Switch Pro, not the Pro Controller, the Joy-Con actually had it in. And that was a world exclusive at the time. And I just randomly tweeted at them, and it turned into this huge news story. It's like, holy shit, the Joy-Con's got an IR sensor, and you can control it like a Wii remote.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Living on past glories, James Charlton.
That's right. That's right. All I got now.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. So I've been playing one other game.
All right.
I got a lot of my friends were talking about Civilization 6. The newest one. So I saw it on sale. I decided to grab it. I've never actually actively played a Civilization game before.
Okay.
And I just kind of jumped right into it, and holy shit. It definitely takes a long time to play this game.
Okay. Yeah, I know that Scott was pretty interested in the game. I think he played the crap out of this and maybe Civ 5.
Yeah.
What was the game that he made you buy, Danny?
Hades?
No, like this kind of game.
Oh no, he bought for me Cities Skylines.
Fantastic. That's the one. Yeah.
And
Ty, what was the game that you liked as a? Oh, maybe that's a spoiler for the games that made us. But didn't you like these kind of games like younger, when you were younger?
No.
There was a God game that you liked.
Yeah, we talked about what the heck was that, Ty? Like, it's weird because there's also like action segments or something too.
Was it 7 Cities of Gold?
Populous?
Oh, Populous, yeah.
Maybe. I played a bit of Populous, and I played 7 Cities of Gold. That's more like a exploration kind of game.
Okay.
That sounds like a cartoon I used to watch in the 90s.
The Mysterious Cities of Gold?
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah, with Mendola or whatever his name was. Mendoza.
Okay. Mendoza.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I played the tutorial in this. I went to like a quick play or whatever it's called in this game, like an idiot, and just got wrecked slowly over the course of like 9 hours. And then I finished. I'm like, okay, I'll start another game. I'll actually pick my my faction and my leader this time, and it's going much better. I think I'm gonna win this one. I don't know. I think I'm only like 7 hours into it.
Okay, but like you can save in between, right? You don't have to just sit and play. I mean, right?
Yeah, like it will literally auto save every turn, which is nice because the game has crashed on me like once.
Okay.
And when I read the user reviews, they said, "Oh, this game crashes a lot." So I'm like, okay.
Hence why it saves after every turn.
Yeah. I don't know how much is a lot. Like, it's literally only happened to me once in like 20 hours.
Okay.
So, but yeah, the autosave every turn is.
That's nice. Okay.
The game definitely has a lot of personality and a lot of funny things that happen just by the nature, the scale, and the randomness of the game. It's like when Spain starts sending like missionaries into your capital, and you're like, "Oh no, I'm not having that," and you just like wipe them off the map. See, this is the kind of thing I think is funny.
Yeah, well, I know like this game, a lot of people sink a lot of time into it. I think who is it? Somebody on my friends list. I looked at their, I go through and look at stuff sometimes. I think he had like 700 hours or more in this on the Switch version of this.
Sounds
on
about
the Switch
right.
version. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good game to play on Switch. Like you can play a little bit or a lot at the time, and it usually ends up being a lot.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's one of those games that gets you just like one more turn, one more turn, one more turn, and then it's like 5 a.m.
Uh-huh. Yep. I get it.
Yeah, the problem is that these kind of games often run very slowly very poorly on Switch, don't they? Like City Skylines and like.
I think cities. I can talk about cities. I mean, the thing with that, there's so much stuff going on. Not even just like graphically. It's like so much stuff going on with like the infrastructure of your city and stuff. That
it's not. I mean, with these games, it's not really graphics. It's more like processing, because it's like literally processing so many things at once.
Exactly.
But it's portable, so you can play it on the airplane.
Yeah, I should probably try City Skylines on the Switch. I bought it and I haven't even played the Switch version yet.
Brilliant.
Great job.
Yeah, it's definitely a good game to play on a train or on an airplane or anything, because you don't need that action game precision, but it's still engaging for a really long time.
Okay, cool.
You can start and stop at your convenience.
Nice.
People are going to watch this episode, Ty, and say, "What's an airplane?
What's an airplane, right?
What are these?
They're a unit in civilization. You can build them once you get to the modern era.
They don't exist anymore.
Right. Yep. So that's what I've been playing.
Okay. James, how about you close?
Yeah, just a couple of brief ones. And then Danny's itching to talk about the Nintendo Direct. So
what happened?
We got a nice little code from our friend Push Dustin, who was on the show a couple of episodes back. He sent us one for PixelJunk Eden 2, which I believe in charge of the PR stuff for that game, which is pretty cool. So thank you, Will, hooking us up. So yeah, I played. I'm just trying to think what other PixelJunk games I played.
You played what was that? PixelJunk Monsters? Yeah. They're also different. They don't really feel like they're part of the same series, because like this game is very graphically it couldn't be different. PixelJunk Monsters is like little clay animation dudes, and it's like in 3D, and this looks like a Adobe Illustrator in motion. It's like a 2D game, so it's like, I don't know, maybe I get vibes of that DS game, Electroplankton. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that from the Smash Brothers stage.
Yeah. The worst stage in Smash Brothers. So yeah, you just kind of like this little dude, and you're just attaching yourself to plants and things and kind of swinging around. I've played a game similar to this. I can't remember what it was called now, but like, you kind of like, Spider-Man webbing across, the stage and collecting little spores. And when you've collected enough, then you kind of like charging up this thing. And when that's got enough spores in, then you complete the stage. But like sometimes you can't get to where you need to get to because there aren't any things to attach. So you have to kind of get these, I don't know, like seeds, which kind of then grow more plants out, which you can then attach to. So you're kind of like creating the stage, so to speak. And it has very ethereal, kind of relaxing music. And well, it's actually, no, sometimes it has some kind of, upbeat kind of stuff, like a little bit techno, but it's mostly like, yeah, very chilled out. It's like it's like, one of those YouTube channels where you put like background music to listen to while you're studying. It's like that, the game. Like lo-fi beats, like 6 hours of lo-fi beats to chill to studying, .mov, but in game form. Yeah, and I don't know what's different between number 1 and number 2. This is the sequel. I don't know what's different, but they have these little dudes that you control. They seem to have a lot of different versions. I don't know, maybe that's something new. More ways to get multipliers and do stuff, and visually every stage looks very different, really different. Like, it's like not just the colors, but like, the patterns and stuff. It's like a very kind of modern aesthetic, then a very, natural, natural plants and stuff like that. But then the next stage will be completely different. So yeah, it's very cool, very relaxing game. If you want to relax at the end of the day, it's the perfect game for that. The other game, which no, this wasn't mentioned in the direct. I don't think this has been out for a while. I think what's it called? The Capcom. Well, in the agenda, I wrote Capcom ROM Dump 2021.
Capcom Arcade Collection.
Yeah, that's yeah. Because I wasn't intending on buying anything, but then I read that you get a free game when you download it.
Yep.
Which is like, what's it called?
1943.
Yeah, 1943, the shmup. So I just wanted to check it out, see what the package looks like, and they've made a nice little package out of it. They've got online leaderboards and customizable controls and daily challenges, so you can it's online challenges that you can challenge other people around the world to be the best at all these arcade games. They got all the Capcom ones are there, Street Fighter, Bionic Commando, all that kind of stuff. But I only played the free one. But and there's loads of different ways to view it. Like you can view it in the authentic arcade cabinets, and they've got every variation of every arcade cabinet that you could ever want. Nice. I think Ty would get a kick out of that because he probably knows all of them.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. You can just have it full screen if you want, if you don't want any of that shit. But you can you can have the actual cabinet. You can tate mode, regular mode. You can have the scan lines. You can have authentic. There's so many different filters and ways to view everything. It's pretty cool. It's a very beautiful looking package. But yeah, I'm not intending on buying any more. I just wanted to see what it looked like. And
sure. Yeah, they showed it off to an extent in the direct, the one, at least the Western one, just kind of showing off me it's available now. It's something that
This one?
This one. Okay. Because I was just kind of rewatching stuff before the show, just haven't had a chance. Before the show, I was like, I need to sit down and actually watch this shit. But
okay, yeah. So, some reason I thought it was the one before that.
Yeah, really impressive to see all those little cabinets and stuff like that. It's just really cool. It's this is how retro stuff should be made. I mean, God bless Nintendo, I guess, for doing the Nintendo Switch Online, NES, and Super Nintendo games, but there's so much more they can do. Make a 3D fucking box or something to show off. I mean, stuff like that.
Actually, Ty, do you remember the Xbox did some kind of game, a little virtual arcade thing? It was very cute.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
What was that called?
I think it was just called Game Room. I would have to boot up my 360, but yeah.
I think ever since the Wii, did the virtual arcades, a virtual console, I always imagined all these really cool ways of playing these retro games. I thought they would have a little Mii house where you could have your little Miis and they would all be playing little games on the authentic consoles, and you could chat to people online and stuff. None of that happened. Microsoft have probably got the closest to that.
That reminds me. Have you seen the way that Arxis makes their fighting game lobbies? In
that kind of thing. Yeah. I always thought that was a cool idea for these kind of games, but no one's done it yet.
Right. Yeah, it is a cute little touch they have.
Yeah.
Especially if you play Grand Blue, it looks like an arcade, but it's set up on a fantasy airship, so it's kind of cute and fits into the game really.
Especially now when arcades are dying and they physically don't exist anymore, to have this kind of online lobby of arcade games. You could just walk around and just chat to people about and just hang out near the arcade that you like, and then chat with them about the game you want to play, right? And then just challenge them.
Yeah, it is nice. At first I think, well, that's not really necessary. You can just have a menu and it's faster. But one of my fighting game design brainiac friends was on Twitter about this, and he said, well, they have that. It's Fightcade, and that's it. That's totally intolerable, actually, because the second you're looking for a match, you're bombarded by requests. But you can kind of tell in these lobbies what people are up to. If someone's standing in the corner, they're just AFK for a little while. If they're at a machine, they're waiting for a match. So there's a lot of little things that you might not quite realize that are very useful in having a little lobby where you can actually see the people in it and what they're doing.
Yeah, cool. It's interesting. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like you said, the easy thing is just to making like a list of things. But I mean, yeah.
There was, Danny, this would be testing your knowledge as well. This is only just vaguely in my mind, but there was something on the Japanese Wii. I never had a Japanese Wii. So did you have a Japanese Wii?
Yes.
So maybe you downloaded this, but there was an app or a channel, as they used to call them, where you could have all your family Miis and your friends Miis in a place and like watch TV or something. I can't remember what it was. It was something weird.
Yeah, there was I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, because I think that app was called Wii no Ma.
Wii no Ma, yeah.
Yeah, people would come over and kind of sit around a table, but they actually did have a video streaming service on the Japanese one way back in the day.
Right.
They had a few movies, like they had Free Willy 2 or some shit like that.
I knew you'd know that.
Yeah, and believe it or not, when I tested that out, I was actually in America, because like I had just moved back from Japan to the States, and I was just trying out that service. And man, I wish I would have documented it a little bit better. I don't know if there's any like cross reference between those two things, or if it was like the same thing or not. But yeah, there was one, like you said, where the Miis would actually come to your little, room or whatever, and very Japanese.
Yeah, a little tatami room. Yeah. Lots of cool concepts just thrown in the trash. That's the Nintendo.
Yeah. I want to bring up that Xbox 360 had a feature like that with Netflix, where you can sync up with your friends and like you have your little characters at the bottom, like Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah, I always wanted to try that, but like, I never got a chance to try that. What was it called? Like Viewing Party or something?
Yeah, probably. That sounds right. I did it a couple times, but like it was only on 360, like and it's not on the newer Xboxes or anything. Like nobody else has done that, I don't think.
It's kind of weird to think about, but I mean, with Netflix, just to go off on a bit of a tangent, I guess. But when it first came out to like consoles, Xbox 360 was the only one you can have a native app on for a while. And then for the PS3 and for Wii, you needed to actually have a special disc, which I have in my room somewhere. For like the PS3 and Wii, you needed that to actually launch all that stuff.
Right.
So Ty, that's making a little bit more sense. Now I know why Microsoft put Netflix behind the gold paywall. That's never confused. I was like, why do you have to pay to watch Netflix? It's like, but I guess if they added those kind of cool stuff, that makes sense. Yeah, Danny, I remember reading the stats for Netflix, near the end of the Wii's life. The Wii was the most used platform for watching Netflix, like in America, full stop. And people were using the fucking physical disc inside the Wii to watch Netflix. It was insane.
I know my mom did. I just got the disc. I had a 360 and Xbox Live Gold and everything, but so I'd watch it on my 360. But just to get the disc, I just sent away for it and got it. And eventually got the one that my mom had used, so I have two. Kind of a weird collector's item.
Did Nintendo ever actually put the app on the shopping channel to download?
They did.
Yeah. Okay. But most people just didn't know how to fucking access the internet.
I think it was like a timed exclusivity thing with Microsoft for that, and then it eventually went out so it could be on anything. But yeah, those are really interesting.
Having the pointer and stuff and being able to select stuff, that might have actually been, quite amazing for your grandma in 2005.
And they didn't care about HD, so I mean, they're watching standard definition.
Oh god, like fucking 640 by 480 Netflix. Jesus Christ.
I even remember this was maybe about 6 years ago or something. My mom had the Wii set up in her bedroom and like for Netflix. I was like, ooh. It's like watching the sub HD content, but that's whatever. Some people just don't really care.
And there's still no Netflix on Switch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. That's forever on our awards list, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll never stop complaining about it. Not until the day I die.
Okay. I really could care less. But
it's going to be like 3 console generations later, and we're going to be still doing this podcast. I'm going to still be complaining about it.
That's fine. I'm looking forward to that day.
Mark my words.
Danny, when you mentioned about your mum watching Netflix and SD, it reminds me of a friend who was like desperate to show me about his what was it, Final Fantasy 13, I guess. And he's like, oh, brand new TV. I got this like, you know, I don't know if it was 4K. It wasn't 4K, but it was like, you know, the newest TV, newest Sony Bravia TV.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 13, PlayStation 3. This is like, you have to see the graphics. It's amazing. And he showed it to me. He had it with like fucking, like not even composite cables, like what do you call it? Just the red and white and yellow ones.
Oh, just gross.
And it was like, my eyes. Like, I mean, I was playing fucking Nintendo games. I'm used to stuff in low resolution, but just seeing that, I was like, oh my god, turn it off, dude. Do you not know what a fucking HDMI cable is?
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, a new TV, a PlayStation 3, put in the fucking HDMI cable.
I'm a Nintendo gamer. We don't have HDMI yet, but even I know you're doing it wrong. Boy. But it just made me realize that a lot of people just don't know a lot of basic stuff. You know, when it, you know, back in the Wii era, it was like downloading things from a online store. You know, using a HDMI cable. You know, having a HDTV. These are all very, you know, difficult concepts for most people. You know, just we're all nerds, so we know all this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching or listening to the show, or if you're one of us, like, yeah, that's not a problem for us. But for maybe your moms, dads, grandmas, little brothers, big brothers, whatever, sisters, yeah.
What's like, you know, like purchasing downloadable content for a Pokemon game. That's why they have fucking physical cards. Convenient storage.
Yep.
You need it. Yep. Grandma don't know shit.
Does not.
Yeah. Are we was that my new business?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
All right.
That was a bit of a tangent.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, thanks for that, fellers. And let's go ahead and move on to some Nintendo Direct stuff. But before we actually get into it, James, you need to properly introduce the segment.
Is this JAPANews?
Boo, JAPANews! Yeah, exactly.
All right. It's a bit feels a bit early.
Right.
Is it already Japanese?
Yeah.
JAPANews?
So
question mark.
This is the time of the show where we talk about all the latest and greatest comings and goings in the world of Nintendo and Japan. And today we're going to go ahead and kick things off with the Nintendo Direct. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff that was talked about. We're going to go over a lot of the big stuff that kind of happened. And I'm going, the way I kind of have this set up is that we're going in the order that it was kind of displayed in the Japanese Direct. There's a lot of crossover. There's some stuff that is not crossover at all. But yeah, so a lot of stuff to get through. So let's just go ahead and go on through. And Ty, you're actually up with the first little bit there, dude.
Hell yeah! New Super Smash Brothers character, Doomslayer. No, it's Pyra and Mithra from Xenoblade 2. 2 characters in one. They'll be in the game in March. I guess in Japan they're Homura and Hikari.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know who's who.
All right. But
Pyra is like pyrotechnic fire, I guess. So that would be more likely to be. Actually, I don't know.
I've never played Xenoblade.
That's a good question.
I hate to disappoint the Xenoblade fan in chat. I have not played Xenoblade.
But he knows.
Yeah. Tell us more.
Right.
But hey, at least we didn't get like a sword guy, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. My prediction was white Caucasian male white man with sword, and I was almost right. It just replaced man with girl.
Right. Huge anime boobs.
They are large.
Yep.
Yeah, watching like the the video clip for this, when what's her face was basically like, I got invited to Smash, like just the boobs like hit you in the face through the screen as she's turning
Hell
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smash is finally a real fighting game.
Right.
Right.
So I know you guys are like more into Smash than me, especially, well, at least in Thai, like into like fighting stuff. But did you see anything here that you thought was interesting about this character?
Pass. Next question.
Okay. Well,
next question.
I mean, it is just not completely shit all over it, but like,
yeah, I'm not disappointed, but I'm not excited either.
Okay.
I mean, the Zelda chic style, switching between 2 characters.
Yeah,
that's cool, I guess. And
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And they seem to play quite differently. I don't know how that's going to work. Because like Zelda and Sheik, they are very, very different. But now they are actually separate characters. They used to be the same,
right?
Selectable character. Now they're different, but like, yeah. So yeah, we got another one of those.
Yeah. Then Haitani was saying, and he was kind of trying to deduce in the chat here. He's like, I guess Hikari because of he meaning like fire would be Pyro or whatever her name is, but then nope.
Yeah.
Mithra is Hikari. So okay, great job, everyone.
Well, Hikari is more likely to be light, isn't it?
Right.
Not fire.
That's right.
Yeah,
but GG. Good guess.
Exactly. All right. Well, James, you want to take that next? It's something that I know you've been looking forward to for a long time.
Man, I'm getting lots of like vibes of like old OG Famicast with this episode so far. It's like we're talking about lots of kind of like first season of Famicast style stuff. So yeah, Miitopia is coming to the Switch. So this was a mediocre late 3DS RPG. Now it's on Switch. Well, it will be on the 21st of May.
Right.
The original one came out in 2016. So yeah. Well, I guess the Famicast has been around for about 4 years by that point. Yeah. Maybe Ty was on the show at that point. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Ty's been on since like 2012 or 13, I think. So
there you go.
Yeah.
And so Ty definitely wasn't on that show then. Cool.
Yeah. Well, with this game, like there was a free demo on the 3DS version. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah. I think I played it. Yeah.
Yeah, because like it's the fun part is you can have your Miis and the Miis that you made, like your friends and stuff like that, kind of become these characters. So I guess that's kind of like the fun part of it.
Yeah, you can fight alongside Mr. T or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've got updated visuals, a few more customization options. I mean, it does very much look like a super high-res version of the 3DS game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know why they would do this. It's weird that they're going to this well when there's like so many other things that people, like GameCube games, Wii games, Wii U games that people are asking for, and it's like, no, let's go to 3DS.
Yeah,
a game which doesn't have Miiverse and doesn't really have Miis, but let's do that. Brilliant.
Yeah. Well, Haitani does say, he says, "Hey, I love Miitopia on 3DS." Okay. I don't know.
It wasn't like a $40 game. They charged that much, right? It was a low, quote unquote, low price game, right? But it's not like it was $10. It wasn't a $10 downloadable game. It was a cartridge, and it was sold in stores.
Yeah,
it was not that cheap.
He went on to say, Iwata was my healer, Barrett from Final Fantasy VII, my tank, and Miyamoto was the end boss.
my biggest memory of Miitopia was like a video I saw on YouTube, which I thought was an official video, and it had Reggie, Iwata, and Miyamoto fighting alongside each other, and then Iwata died, and I was like, God. Dude, that's like bad timing, bad taste. And I was like, why would Nintendo do this? And then I realized it was like, and then I looked at the YouTube channel, it was like, it was Nintendo, but it was spelled differently. I was like, okay, it's not an official account. Yeah.
Well, Russ said he played the demo on the 3DS back in the day. Seemed okay, but not one that I'd pay for. And I think that was kind of the general consensus back then. Like, it was fine, and reviews kind of seemed like kind of mediocre at best, maybe like 6.57 type.
Yeah, it honestly looked like one of those little Street Pass games that we used to get for like $5 or whatever. Like if it was one of those, I probably would have bitten. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll buy it for that, but not for a full retail game. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Cool.
Next up is you, Danny.
Yeah, so sports games. I like sports games, I guess.
Sports.
So this is perfectly fitting. So a new Mario Golf game was actually unveiled at the Nintendo Direct. I guess before talking about it, going over some details about the game, it's coming to the Switch on June 25th. It's a golf game, obviously, with Mario characters. There's going to be a story mode that's included here that basically you could take control of your Mii character and adjust like all sorts of attributes and stuff like that. Kind of build your player the way you want them to be. One of the kind of cool features in this game, there's a mode called Speed Golf, where basically, you start off with however many players you have, like at least 2 to 4 or whatever. And you hit the ball, and then you literally run around the course to your ball, trying to get the ball in before the other guys. So that actually seemed kind of fun. But I wasn't quite clear on if you're actually controlling them in like an open world sense, or if you were just like pressing buttons just to like make them run faster or something.
In the video that I saw, the movement looked like erratic, like somebody was controlling it. It didn't look like on a set path.
Okay. Well,
yeah, it's like Golf Royale, isn't it? 100 people on a golf course. last man standing.
Yeah. So let's see what else about this. Yeah.
I was excited by this actually. I mean,
really?
not like I'm gonna buy it. Excited, but the Mario Tennis game, Mario Open Tennis. What was it called?
Aces.
Mario Aces. Yeah, that one. I mean, I shit all over the story mode for that one, if you remember, because they were selling it as a story mode and RPG mode, but then when you saw it, it was just literally following a straight line. And I was like, no, don't pretend that this is like the GBA game, the Game Boy Color game, right? Which had like a full RPG mode, and you could like walk around and talk to people and level up and all that cool stuff. They were trying to sell it like it was that. I'm like, no, it's not like that. Stop lying.
Right.
But they seem to have listened to me. You're welcome, everyone. And they have actually done that for this. So it does look like a little mini 3D RPG with you go around talking to people, challenging them, leveling up your character. So that I'm happy with. They actually are trying for this one, not just phoning in like they did with the tennis game.
Right.
So
yeah. James Allen has a comment here. Mii's were a lot of fun back in the day. Some of the creations other people made were Ace, not to be confused with Mario Tennis Aces.
Right.
I imported some characters like Michael Jackson, Mr. Bean, and Gremlins on my Wii and 3DS. Yeah, Mii's were pretty fun.
Yes. And if you were a real brain god, you used a PC tool to make a Mii outside of the bounds of the normal creation tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really edgy one with eyebrows, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
People got insanely good at that. Even without PC hacking, just like regular ass stuff, it's just understand.
Yeah. Well, next up, I'll take this next one too. This was something that was exclusive to the Japanese Nintendo Direct, and try to play a video here and see how this goes. Turn down the volume here a little bit too, but we're talking about none other than Pro Yaku Spirits 2021. This is like a realistic sim-based baseball that is coming to the Switch. I played and reviewed like the PS4 and Vita versions, and did a review late last year. So there's a bunch of cool stuff you can do here. There's a pennant mode and stuff like that. Like, you can do multiple seasons, all sorts of different modes. I mean, if you like baseball, this is a pretty legit series. And the cool thing about Konami that they do with their sports games these days, they basically make it so that they're on like a 2-year cycle, so that even though this is the 2021 version, it'll likely have a 2022 update with like rosters while they're building like the 2023 version to add in like more modes and stuff like that. So so that's pretty cool.
I wish Madden and other sports games, FIFA, did that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
they would never do it. EA would never do that.
No, absolutely not. And it's really disappointing that they don't or won't, like, Western developers won't do that. But I think at the same time, if they were to do that, I think fans would be kind of confused that, well, why isn't there a new Madden this year or something like this? Why am I going to buy Madden 2021 in 2022? Yeah, I can see it. It'd be something that you'd have to let the fans know what was going on, but still
slap a sticker on it.
Yeah. I mean, that's
pretty much what they do anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah. Like with Power Pro Baseball, the kind of more friendly, round looking character model game, for last year's version, they literally have a mark on the box to say also good with the 2021 like roster updates and stuff like that. So
this one is the quote unquote photorealistic one that looks like you're watching baseball on Japanese TV.
Yeah. And they have 4-player mode on here as well, which I don't think they had on PlayStation 2. So
Suck it, Sony.
Yeah, so it looks kind of like a little bit of a little bit better than the Vita version, but not quite as good, obviously, as the PS4 version of the game. So that was pretty cool. And like as of right now, I didn't see them say anything about like a PS4 or 5 or heaven forbid Vita version this year. It looks like it's exclusively available on the Switch. So that's kind of bizarre, but still cool. So anyways, I'm excited about it. I'm working on some stuff for this. So if you're into that, be sure to check our YouTube and you can see more about it. So, right. Well, JC.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Oh, I'm next, am I? Okay.
Yes.
Hyrule Warriors, AOC. She is releasing an expansion pass for the next Zelda game. Thank you very much. After she's got power back to Texas, she's working on some new Zelda stuff.
Hell yeah.
The first wave is hitting on the 28th of May. And this will include an expanded roster, new weapon types, Royal Ancient Lab challenges, and quote-unquote challenging enemies. The second wave will hit in November with even more stuff. But we don't know what that is yet. Anyway, it's going to cost 2,500 yen here, which is about 20 bones for you guys. Personally, I wasn't looking for more content for this game. I'd rather they hurry up with Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
I don't know what most people think about that, but
yeah.
That's my feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, great. More monsters to endlessly slash at.
Right. So, like, yeah, James, did you play much more of this game?
No, I actually haven't been back to it. I mean, whenever I talked about it on the Fammies, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's various reasons for that, but
sure.
I think mainly I'm just not really keen to go back to it, to be honest.
Sure.
I'm
kind of like, I don't know, it just wasn't grabbing me. So I haven't went back, and also I'm just get busy playing a lot of other things or working on something.
And you're a Hyrule Warriors fan, super fan.
Yeah. So I don't know why it didn't scratch that itch for me, but it just didn't. So.
Do you think the fact that it is Breath of the Wild skinned, it actually goes against it? Because you're expecting it to be Breath of the Wild and it's not?
Well, I was expecting more. I've said this before and I'll say it again. With the Persona 5 Strikers, I thought they did a really good job at like tying in story elements to like the gameplay. This doesn't seem like it did as good of a job of that to me. I still need to play more of this, but there was more stuff like when you're on an open field in Persona, you can walk around and like explore. But on this, it seems like anytime you're in control of the character, you're always in the sections where you have to fight people. I mean, again, I could be talking out of my ass just a little bit here. That's possible. But like, yeah, I was expecting, I don't know why, but I was expecting maybe more of something like that where you can actually kind of just explore a little bit. But yeah.
Oh, cool. James Allen said in the chat that he's got into the Breath of the Wild DLC.
Oh, nice.
Smashing through the Champions Ballad at the moment. Yeah. Right. Now that's a good DLC. And that was worthy DLC.
I bought it.
Yeah, that too.
I bought it. I'll just end it there.
It's so good.
Cool.
Is it
all right?
Again, or no?
No. Ty's up next.
Oh boy, here we go. PTSD. No, wait, PTS.
Almost.
All right. Project Triangle Strategy, a follow-up of sorts to Octopath Traveler. I don't know what that means. Is it like a spiritual sequel?
It doesn't look anything like it, Danny. What are you talking about?
Spiritual sequel.
Is it?
Okay, it's in the same. Okay, they say like 2D HD is like what they call this series of stuff.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess it's a tactical RPG with a visual style that's similar. And I guess it's coming out in 2022. So hey, try and remember it in a year.
Right.
I thought this looked more.
But there's a demo right now. Yeah. Try it out.
When I first saw it, I thought this was an ogre battle game or like that Final Fantasy Tactics or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly
more like a Final Fantasy 6, like a straight up regular JRPG, right?
Exactly. So like I think that's the biggest thing here. I mean, they're going for those old aesthetics like Over Battle, Final Fantasy Tactics type of thing. I mean,
for me, this got a big next.
Yeah,
especially because this was a really long part of the direct as well. It went on for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's like, get on with it, mate.
They're kind of leaning a little bit too heavily into like these shapes. Octopath Traveler, 8 characters. This triangle strategy. There's, I think, when you're attacking, there's several things. Kind of maybe rock paper scissors type of thing. I need to kind of look more into that. But they're talking about, there are 3 different countries that are represented, 3 different type of choices that you can make that have consequences and stuff. I mean, that's cool. I mean, as long as this stuff works. But I mean, you can do that type of stuff and have it not, and just maybe have it be more transparent, as opposed to like trying to just throw it out there in your face. But then again, this is a game that's coming out in 2022, so.
Looking forward to the sequel, Quadrilateral Quest.
Can't wait.
Whatever the fuck they get on with it.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, James, this next one is like, no joke. This is something that is up your alley.
Finally, a game. No More Heroes 3. It has a release date. It's this summer. August 27th, we'll be sweating our proverbial asses off. Nice game to cool down to. It's going to be priced in the what I would call JRPG era of pricing, 7,480 yen.
Oh, JRPGs would be closer to like 9,000, but hey.
But, like a regular first-party game, that would be 6,000 maximum.
Usually about 6,500. Then again, it depends on the genre too.
So what category would this be then? It's not quite JRPG. What is it?
Third party that is trying to get away with is by selling this for as much as they think they can.
Is this a Momotaro Dentetsu?
Momotaro's relatively cheap. I think it's 6,500 range.
Okay. But anyway. Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool. I would say from the video that they showed, the graphics actually reminded me of the first 2 games. Like, it didn't look like that much better. And I don't know if that was like a graphical style they were going for on purpose. Or is like, are they pushing the Switch too much? Is it like hugely open world and stuff like that? I had to kind of scale back a bit. Like, it didn't look as sharp as I remember the first trailer looking. I don't know what you guys thought.
Yeah, I kind of thought a similar thing. Like when I was watching it in like a small window, it looked great, and then I kind of like blew it up a little bit more, and I was like, "Wow, that looks kind of."
Yeah, I checked my YouTube quality settings. I was like, "Shit, has my YouTube quality setting gone down to like 480 or something?" It's like, "Oh no, it's 1080. It's 1080." Okay, it's not just me. But yeah, we'll see how that cleans up in the final release.
Yeah,
Danny, over to you. This is a big one for you.
Yeah, this next one is pretty cool. It's something that I think most of us out there didn't expect. So the Famicom Detective Club, which is something that we've talked about here on the show before, and it was like unveiled last year or the year before for the Switch.
Danny, who mentioned it in the last episode, I guess?
Me.
Well, no, I said there's a whole bunch of Japanese exclusive games that, we don't know about yet, and I mentioned this one. And then
okay.
A few days later, this got announced.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously, okay, just to kind of get through with the news here, like, yeah, this game is actually coming out worldwide. It's 2 games. It's one called The Missing Heir and one called The Girl Who Stands Behind. These are coming to the eShop in the West, and they're going to be, in the US, at least $34.99 each. You'll apparently also get a $10 discount if you buy both. That's not the way it goes in Japan, where you can buy them both on the eShop. I didn't see anything about a discount, but they're a little bit more expensive, about 4,300 yen each.
No, Danny, it's 4,300 yen each, or 8,600 for 2. You're saving so much money, man. What are you talking about?
There it is. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable.
These ways.
Yeah, so there's that. But one cool thing about in Japan for fans, I mean, obviously this is something that it's probably pretty niche at this point, I'd say. But Japan actually is getting a physical version of this in the form of a collector's set. If you follow us on YouTube and stuff like that, you've probably already seen my video, maybe, or something about it. But yeah, this is a pretty cool set, and it's the only way that you can get the physical version of the game. Comes with the game on a cart. It comes with like this investigation file, like 175-page book with a bunch of information about development of the original games, artwork, and stuff. Comes with 2 audio CDs, and you also get like some flyers of with the original artwork for the Famicom Disk System versions of the game. So like, I know before this direct hit, I was thinking like they have to talk about this, at least on the Japanese one, because they pushed this game back. It was supposed to come out at some point in 2020, late 2020. Obviously, the pandemic kind of screwed that stuff up with a lot of games. But then that, yeah, I was just really surprised to see this thing get released outside of Japan. So, yeah, any of you guys have any interest in this at all?
A little bit. Okay. I like detective games. They're fun.
Yeah.
I like that it's coming out in English.
Yeah.
That's
cool. It's like the game that no one I mean, this has been around since what, the Famicom? Well, obviously, the Famicom days. And it's never been in English, ever. And here it is. But they're not actually localizing the voice, right? It's just that they're just doing subtitles, right?
Yeah, subtitles.
Which, nice. People who are interested in this would actually probably prefer that anyway, right?
Yeah, I would not. Yeah, with things like this, first of all, I think it'd just be easier for like a localization. I mean, obviously you got to localize what's being said, but you don't have to go through that extra step of having more people voicing.
You don't have to Ace Attorney it, like changing everything, all the sushi to hamburgers or whatever.
Yeah. So I hope this does well enough to bring other games like this, like Buddy Mission Bond or something like that, out in the West. So we'll just kind of have to wait and see on this, though. So
yeah.
Okay,
but, next up.
Yep. Go ahead, James.
Something that me and probably Danny is interested in.
Yeah.
Star Wars Hunters is a free-to-play competitive shooter set between Jedi and The Force Awakens. That's episode 6 and episode 7, for those who are counting. Danny, I don't know if you knew that.
No idea.
Anyway, it's coming to the Switch sometime this year, 2021. The trailer didn't actually show anything. It was more like a kind of a concept video, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it appears/feels like you can control characters with guns and/or lightsabers? ? Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's just a kind of a way to just get people interested in a Star Wars game come to Switch. Is it coming to everything?
Obviously just watching the trailer on Nintendo's YouTube, they didn't say anything about that. But it looks like
it's free to play. I mean, I would assume it's cross play and everything, but it's EA, so you never know, right?
No, it's not EA. It's Lucasfilm Games, like their their old new gaming studio or whatever.
Okay.
So
we'll see. There's maybe hope. I mean, this kind of thing, it kind of has to be, cross-play, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For it to work. I mean, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool game night game for all playing Star Wars games together. That'd be awesome.
Oh, yeah. And I'm a huge fan of Star Wars games, and it just seems weird that we haven't seen like a new Star Wars game on a Nintendo platform for a really long time.
Wii, right?
Even then, was it exclusive games?
Oh, yeah, they did, because they had all the waggle stuff in it.
But some of those were just like ports of like other games with added waggle, like the Force Unleashed and stuff like that.
Sounds like a future video for Danny. That's up to you to find out, Danny. But I believe there were at least maybe 1 or 2 exclusive Wii Star Wars games.
Okay.
Because it was that era where people just wanted waggly lightsaber stuff.
Wow, they thought they wanted it until they got it and realized that it wasn't what they needed.
It's probably one of those things where it came out like 1 year before the Wii died or stopped being sold. It was like one of those things. Okay, we'll give you what you want, and nobody bought it.
Yeah. A couple of comments from Haitani here. Hey, good thing Amazon Japan delivers to Japan or to Germany. Well,
it definitely does. I can confirm. Amazon Japan definitely delivers to Japan. because I ordered some stuff last week.
There it is. Also, Haitani goes on to say, I think all we've got from Famicom Detective Club in the West was some trophy and the Spirit and the Smash Bros. Games. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember the Melee trophy.
Yeah, I think everybody does. Like, what's this game?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of games like that, right? In Melee, the trophies where you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Oh, like Devil World, something like that.
Cool game.
Yeah. All right. Well, Ty, you're on next with the next bit of news.
Yeah, baby, it's Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Coming to Switch in the summer. The beloved meme game that everybody is screaming at when they lose, when they get thrown off of the thing by a jelly bean man. It's absolutely lovely. Yeah, coming to Switch. And also Xbox, James.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool
So
story.
it'll be on everything, and I'm pretty sure it's crossplay on everything, right? Or am I tripping? I'm just guessing. I mean, I think it is.
Well, it started off on Sony, so you can never be sure about those kind of things.
Yeah. I think it came out on Steam around the same time.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. Let's find out.
But also weird that Among Us and this came out on Switch before Xbone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They're looking at the user base and just kind of probably doing it based on that. So
right.
It's like, do you want the console with like good netcode and like built-in voice chat and like lobbies, or the console that has none of that, but lots of people buy games? Let's go with it. Let's go with the latter.
Kind of.
Yikes.
They go where the money is.
Yeah. All right. Well, the next bit of news. This is a pretty big one. Are we done talking about this?
Fall Guys is not a free-to-play game, right? That's like
no, but it's been close to free-to-play. Like it was like a PSN Plus game.
Right.
So like I imagine it'll probably be on. It might be on Game Pass. We'll see.
Okay.
It would be weird if it wasn't.
Might be a free game with Nintendo Switch Online. No.
Never say never. Danny, you're up next, isn't it?
Yeah. So this next bit is actually a pretty big thing that happened during the Direct. And of course, I'm talking about the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. So, oops, I'm just getting a couple things set up here. Don't mind me.
The long-rumored game finally is here.
Right. So yeah, Skyward Sword HD is coming out on the Switch on July 16th, and like the original Wii version before it, HD will feature motion controls via the Joy-Con. You're basic within the game. You have to use the sword and like the shield and stuff like that. You use the sword sometimes, or just like the in the Wii version at least, you'd use the remote to like figure out a variety of puzzles. Kind of figure out ways to attack the enemies in certain ways. You have to slash in certain directions so you can take them out and stuff like that. There is going to be an option though for traditional controls here as well. So kind of like in lieu of the motion, you're actually going to be able to use that right analog stick to control the sword and everything else that you would be doing with motion. We
kind of predicted that, isn't it? This is a game where you can't really take the motion controls out of it because it was built upon that as its base.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make sense. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, check out YouTube videos of people getting destroyed by the first enemy in the game because they don't understand that you have to actually slash it. If the mouth is vertical, you have to slash vertical. Horizontal, you have to slash horizontal. Otherwise, you'll be killed by literally the first enemy in the game.
James, you beat this game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a hard game. It's not a hard or a long game. It's probably under 40 hours, I think.
140 hours?
No, under 40 hours. It's one of the shorter of the 3D Zeldas. Yeah, it's definitely shorter than Twilight Princess.
Okay.
Which is the same console.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy because this is, Famicast year one era of game, when the Wii version came out, 2011.
Oh, this game, Skyward Sword?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Twilight Princess, that was like just to pretty much dump the GameCube game onto Wii, right? Wouldn't just attach a little bit of waggle controls because, the way it was being advertised was like, the one-to-one sword fighting, but then it wasn't, right? It was just literally waggle to hit.
Yeah.
But this game actually did, do what it was first promised. It just took like 5 years to come out.
Yeah.
So is Nintendo. Yeah. We'll give you what you want. Just wait 5 to 6 years for it.
Yeah. James Allen has a little comment here. I was really excited about Skyward Sword during the Direct, only because for me there was nothing else to get excited about, but can't see myself picking it up, and though having played through it on Wii.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Same. I don't replay many games, and I definitely don't replay Zelda games, even if they are in HD.
Yeah, I know for me, because I have the Wii version through NWR. Somebody helped me actually get the English version, which is cool. And then I just didn't play it. Like, I don't know why. I just couldn't get into it, and then it's kind of sad ever since.
It's a good kind of historical piece. If you've never played it, just to see how they got to Breath of the Wild. And this is like the missing, this is the connection between Twilight Princess and then Breath of the Wild. It's like, how did they get to Breath of the Wild? This is the bit in between. It's got like the glider, it's got stamina, it's got climbing. They do mix up, the overworld and the dungeons. They are kind of like, they're not really separated. It's like blended together. It's not fully open world. It's very restrictive in that sense, but like, there are parts there where you think, okay, I see how they got to Breath of the Wild using it from this. It is interesting in that sense. If you're a historian or whatever,
right,
it's worth playing.
Well, James Allen kind of brought this up in the chat, but of course there is going to be a set of Joy-Con that are actually coming out for the game as well. One kind of based on the shield motif, one based on the sword motif. I could have pre-ordered this like pretty much the same day the direct happened, including up till like maybe like yesterday. I kind of had it just like sitting and just kind of refreshing the page every day, just saying, do I need this set of Joy-Con? And then it got sold out. So it's like, well, that's something telling me that I don't need this. So, yeah.
So Danny, because you've only played like the first 30 minutes of the game on Wii.
I think I had played for maybe like 4 or 5 hours. Okay,
so you could pick this up and it would be totally new to you, right? You wouldn't have you wouldn't remember anything. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So like that's why I'm interested in this. I'll probably end up picking it up just to see. But like I could see like if you played through the game and you're just done with it, then like there's no point to do that unless you're like a super fan of it or something. Yeah,
a lot of Zelda games are, for me, it's hard to play. After Breath of the Wild, everything just seems so restrictive.
Sure.
I don't know. Right then, should we move on? The last one.
So James, you got that one, I believe.
Absolutely. Who else is going to talk about this one?
Right.
Holy shit! I mean, if I hadn't been spoiled, this would have been the shock of the direct for me. But the direct was quite early for us in Japan. I think it was like 7 a.m. So most people are getting ready for work. Going to school, so we couldn't watch it live. So I watched it at like maybe 10 a.m. the same morning, and I just wanted to click the direct and watch it fresh without spoiling anything. But like right under this video was the Splatoon 3 reveal trailer. So I got anyway. So yes, Splatoon 3. It is coming to Switch at some point next year, 2022. So the trailer, it was kind of interesting the way they showed it. Actually, it started off like I assume is how you start when you first buy the game. When you set up your character. So it was showing, changing your hairstyle, your eye color, that kind of stuff, and your new thing, which is a pet, and new weapons, which in the video they showed like a bow and arrow kind of thing, which has never been in Splatoon before. So yeah, after the direct, Nintendo rattled off a thread on Twitter talking about the new updates to the game. There'll be new hairstyles. The name of the pet is Salmonoid or Small Fry, who will work alongside your character. The new region is called the Splatlands. and the city is called Splatsville. I don't know about you guys, but I got like kind of Borderlands feeling when this video did. It's like, in the middle of a desert,
right?
And it's like there's all this kind of machinery around, like no one's there, it's just you. So obviously that's going to be the story mode, right? You're going to be, I think maybe it might even be a little bit more open worldy, like you're free to run around anywhere and like find stuff. Because like Splatoon 2, you did have a little bit more exploration in the story mode, more than the first one. So maybe they're just expanding it even more, giving you more freedom. But Splatoon is never about the story mode. But even though the story modes are quite good, so it's good that they're mixing it up. And also they showed that you can kind of start wherever you want. You're kind of like starting on these kind of floating cubes. Yeah. Dan's got the picture on the video version. Looks like there's various ways you can kind of stand on this cube. I don't know if that's customizable or whatever. But then you can actually just throw down this cube anywhere on the stage, and that's where you'll start. So it's kind of like the super jumps, like when you on the map, you hold down the map button and you super jump to one of your buddies. It's kind of like, looks like the same concept, except you can just super jump anywhere you want on the map. So that's kind of mixing stuff up. So yeah, you can kind of see the stage from like any angle. I don't know if you're free to like spin around it like a helicopter, go around the stage and go wherever you want, or maybe it's only from one side. I don't know how that's going to work, but it's something that's never been in any Splatoon game before, which is looks super interesting. It looks sharp. It looks fresh. Looks new. It also gives me lots of inspiration for like what else they can do with this. Like if they are expanding in it and having these kind of open world desert stages, maybe there will be a kind of like a battle royale style mode. It does look like that could fit into this aesthetic now. With the other games, it wasn't really. It was the more like smaller condensed stages, but this one does look like they're kind of opening it up. I doubt Nintendo would just do a straight up 100-man, last man standing. I don't think they would do that, but they would do something, something unique. They would put their spin on it. It would be something like that, but it wouldn't exactly be that.
Sure.
So that's my hope anyway.
Yeah, it's like I was kind of surprised that this happened because I caught the direct right at like about 10 minutes before it ended.
When you see the logo, that looks photoshopped as fuck. It's like Splatoon with a big yellow 3 written on it. I'm like, yeah, nice try, mate. It's like, oh shit, it's real? Fuck,
Yeah. Yeah. But like I tuned in right when Aonuma just started talking about Zelda, Skyward Sword, and then I saw this at the very end. I was like, wow, okay, they're doing it.
Wait, I mean, right at the beginning of 2021, and like, please understand, this is a 2022 game.
At the same time, like, last year or one of the directs last year, they said there's like some kind of weird message at like from like a Splatoon. It said like SOS 2020 or something. And then obviously with the pandemic, not really too many Splatoon related things happened. So like,
right.
I wonder if this was, I imagine that this was probably something that they were going to try to get out. Hell, even if that was the case, it's 2022. Like, man, maybe there's something that they wanted to get out this year. But
and they usually release them in summer as well.
Yeah,
I think all the Splatoon games are released in summer.
Yeah,
so that would be quite a long way away. I do like the new city, the Splatsville. It does look like a little bit run down. Looks like like the parts of Shibuya, really the fancy, neon parts in the middle. Looks more like the residential area, where a little bit more grimy and stuff like that. Exactly. So definitely, I guess grimy is the key word I take away from Splatoon 3.
Yeah,
which is it's quite different from the first two games, which are like super sharp, super clean, nice places.
Yeah.
Except Salmon Run. Salmon Run's a bit grimy.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. This is kind of taken off where Salmon Run starts. Lots of gross things. Yeah, the salmonoids are like these gross little fishy creatures that spew green gunk everywhere.
Yeah.
So maybe it's going to be something like that. Well, I am excited, and I'm excited. I hope to do some, semi-frequent updates over this year, because this is going to cause Japanese people to lose their shit. It already is. So, they're losing their shit over Splatoon 3 already.
Yeah. Well,
I'm right there with them.
Yeah. Well, I think that covers pretty much all like the biggest things from the Direct. But I mean, of course, it was a 50-minute Direct. So I mean, we weren't going to talk about every single thing. But out of the things that we didn't talk about, was there anything else that you guys thought was cool that you want to talk about?
Yes.
Okay.
Outer Wilds.
Uh-huh.
That's very exciting. Not to be confused with The Outer Worlds.
Right.
Outer Wilds, no the. Outer Wilds is like this first-person adventure game where you're stuck in a time loop. It's basically like Groundhog Day in space.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember hearing the Giant Bomb guys talk about this game. It was in like Game of the Year discussion, maybe like not 2020, but maybe 2019. It's been on the PC for a while. It just sounded amazing. Like the storytelling they have, where you kind of like, it's like show not tell. They visually show you things, and you kind of discover things on your own, and you slowly work out the mystery of these like little planetoids that you're exploring.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it sounded amazing, and I totally forgot about it for a while. I tweeted at the developers as like, any chance this is coming to the Switch? Didn't get a response, but I guess he was listening. So you're welcome.
Right. James.
You're welcome. We owe you for so much. How can we ever repay you?
Oh, Ty, noted Microsoft game coming to Switch. Probably should have come out about fucking 4 years ago. But the Plants vs. Zombies, like, it's basically like Splatoon with Plants vs. Zombies.
Right.
Is it? Something Warfare, is it? I can't remember.
Garden Warfare?
Garden Warfare, yeah, that's the pun.
Yeah, right. That was like a finally kind of thing.
I played that for like a whole free weekend. I wasn't super impressed with it, but it was okay, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, like James said, it kind of reminds me of Splatoon with just obviously these different aesthetics.
Right.
Yeah. But it's a little bit too late, I think.
Danny, physical version of Hades.
Yeah, saw that. They're not. I'm pretty sure they're not doing that in Japan. But yeah, I want that. They have a really nice little art book that comes with it too. I'm gonna have to figure out how the hell I can get that. So.
And what was the other thing? Ninja Gaiden Master Collection. Mm-hmm. That was kind of that's coming to everything. But right. I think only one of those 3 games have been on Nintendo platforms ever.
Right, the Razor's Edge 3 or whatever.
Yeah, that was a Wii U launch title or near launch. I can't remember.
Launch. Yeah, I bought it not at launch. I bought it after the fact for like 900 yen or something, $9. Never played it, so.
Yeah, I had Borderlands on the mind during this Direct because they did have Tales from the Borderlands, which I think Ty has talked about before.
I played through that.
Yeah. It's like lots of Borderlands vibes in this Direct.
Literally, that is literally.
Literally the vibe.
Yep.
There was one game that I saw that is on the Japanese one that a lot of people aren't talking about. Some people are, some people aren't. But I'm going to throw up some screenshots here too because it's a surprisingly good-looking game for something. Okay, so have you guys or are you guys familiar with Crayon Shin-chan?
Yes.
So good old Crayon Shin-chan. There's actually an English version of this back in about 2007 or something. Of the
I watched it. Yeah, it ran on Cartoon Network, like Adult Swim. Mark.
It was an interesting localization how they did because basically this little kid, he lives in Katsukabe. It's in Saitama, and he's just being a little kid, and he has like adventures and stuff, and all sorts of crap like that. But there's this Switch version of the game that's coming out. It's coming out this summer, and like there's a whole series of these Shin-chan games where he's doing something during summer vacation. But like looking at the visuals, because if you're looking at the screenshot on the video right now, this is actually from the game. It looks just like an anime.
It looks better than the anime.
Yeah,
way better.
And like it, from just looking at the video, I'm actually going to be making a preview of this so that you guys can find out like some more nitty gritty of this in English. But there's a lot of, looks like there's a lot of things that you can do around like this little area where Shinchan's staying. Like you can go fishing, you can catch bugs. Like there's a lot of like this kind of stuff that you can do like that outside of like story
Are these
stuff.
hand painted environments?
Some of them look like they are.
Very beautiful game.
Yeah,
so Danny, this was in the Japanese direct, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously not like the North American one or anything. But yeah, looks really cool. And yeah, hi Tani. Good question. Didn't Doraemon have a Harvest Moon spinoff recently too? Yes. It did. Like literally like a Doraemon Harvest Moon game that came out in the West too.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean this is it that might be a little different because there was like the Harvest Moon name with it. Doraemon, at least like in the West, like maybe Europe and North America, as far as I know, North America, it's not like nobody really knows about Doraemon, but like, you know, in other Asian
Doraemon 64.
Wow, that like some nerds like us know about that. But like, yeah, outside of like some Asian countries and stuff like that, Doraemon really isn't so popular, I guess. But yeah, and okay, Hatani brings up another good point here too. That Shinchan game seems to be kind of a spin-off of those Japan exclusive Boku no Natsuyasumi games. Okay, cool. It kind of makes sense, and yeah, okay.
My Summer Vacation.
Yeah, that PlayStation game. Really interesting games. I've played a couple of them. But anyways, like I'm looking forward to looking into this game a little bit more to see if it's actually worth it because it looks gorgeous. And yeah, maybe it'll be fun.
It says salarymen stuck in Tokyo. You know, they want to experience, you know, what it was like back when they were little in the summer, catching bugs and, you know, drowning themselves in the river, that kind of stuff.
Right, as opposed to with like, you know, booze.
Yeah,
good times.
Yeah.
These kind of games have potential to be really big, you know, during the pandemic, right?
Yeah,
a lot more people want to be experiencing those dream summers when they're not doing it in real life.
Yep.
Case in point, Animal Crossing, selling blockbusters.
Yep.
Sorry, gangbusters. I don't know why I said blockbuster.
Blockbusters. Mental shop. Yes.
I miss it so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the Nintendo Direct news. We have a little bit more news to come, but in between that, we're going to do a little bit of unless did you guys have anything else you wanted to share about from the Direct?
I think we're good.
Okay. Well, let's move on to just a little bit of now playing at the Famicast.com.
Again.
Now playing at Famicast.com. Lots of stuff going on our website, on our YouTube, and all that type of stuff. So be sure to check it out. Here recently, I've been posting several previews of some Japanese-only games and stuff like that you guys should definitely check out if you're interested in Japanese games. So I made a video of the Famicom Detective Club Collector's Edition, talking about, you know, what's in the set. It's giving you some details about that, and also telling you one thing that you absolutely need to know before actually buying the Japanese version. I'm not going to give out any spoilers or anything here. You should just check it out so that you'll know. I also posted a preview for Densha de Go, like a new Switch version's coming out here on March 18th. So yeah, if you're interested in kind of riding around trains in Tokyo, you should check out that preview. The game's already out on like the PS4, and the PS4 version has like VR support and stuff. So you're not going to get that on the Switch. But yeah, you'll have a handheld version of this. So
I also got some footage of PixelJunk Eden 2. If you want to check out that crazy ass game, James.
Cool. I think that about does it. So.
Oh, and me and Ty are gonna be up to some shenanigans soon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah, we're gonna record our beloved extra podcast, ACDC Armchair Developers Club, or Armchair Designers Club. I forget which.
Yes,
we have this discussion every time.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure it's designer.
Right. The answer is yes.
Yeah, and we're gonna talk about a thing. Because we know how to make video games better than anyone else. And if we ever tried it, we'd be great.
All right. All this and more That's Famicast.
Famicast.net.
.gov.
There it is. All right.
Well,
Well,
Danny, I guess we would have mentioned our uplink videos, right? But unfortunately, they lost to the ether.
Yeah. So we did get to go to Uplink, and if any of you guys actually got to go there, I hope you guys enjoyed panels and just, good times and stuff like that.
Oh, Lemonade was there, wasn't he? He paid his way to get in.
Yeah. So I mean, there's lots of good panels, lots of good speakers, lots of good stuff to do. Just unfortunately, through technology and stuff, our panel did not go so well.
Thanks, technology.
Yeah. So that sucks. Yeah. So that sucks, but it is what it is. We had
a good time. We talked a lot about Nintendo 64.
It was a good chat.
Ty dropped a lot of truth bombs. People got excited. It was good times.
Yeah, extremely cursed facts about Nintendo 64 games that never came to be.
Yeah, but it was a really good chat. It's a shame that it didn't get captured fully.
Only the 10,000 people that watch live, they're the only ones that will ever experienced it. Now it's gone forever, lost to the ether.
I don't even know. Okay. Yeah. But we do have a couple other news stories out here as well. So I'll kind of pick up this first one. This is something that
JAPANews again.
Back at it. So yeah, a new game trial is actually coming to Japan.
I like free game.
Yeah, so another free game. Sorry, I'm trying to get some stuff pulled up here. But
is this one of those Japan exclusive ones, or is it a worldwide one?
As far as I know, right now it's Japan exclusive, and this is for none other than SteamWorld Dig 2, which is going to be available from March 1st to March 7th. And
this good game.
Yeah, James, you played this. We got a code for this back when it came out, didn't we?
Yeah, it could have been the first review that I did when we went, solo. I think maybe even my first video review. I can't remember. But yeah, it's a good game. Everyone should get it. I mean, it's on sale right now.
Yeah,
right?
It will be on sale starting on March 1st. All the SteamWorld games are going to be on sale in Japan. 30% off. SteamWorld Dig 2 is going to be 1,400 yen. SteamWorld Dig 700 yen. SteamWorld Heist 1,400 yen, and SteamWorld Quest 1,750. Like I said, as it stands right now, it seems like this is just happening in Japan.
I would get those games in that exact order that it's written in the agenda. Dig 2, Dig 1, Heist, and then Quest.
Okay.
That's the perfect order.
Yeah, I really like Dig, the first Dig. I never played 2.
2 is more like a full-on Metroidvania. It's got, it's got bosses, it's got, puzzles and stuff, and the usual digging stuff as well.
Right.
They've really added a lot to it. It's a really, really good game.
Yeah, so that's the thing. We'll see what it's going to be in the West. I think recently you guys might have got Celeste. Well, we got that Munch before.
Yeah, it's weird. The West, NOA, I guess, or NOE as well, are kind of doing like a review of the Japanese ones. It's like, what did Japan do? Let's do that.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
Well, if you want to look at like everything that's dropped on the Japanese, Nintendo Switch Online game trials, we have an article that James actually had prepped and stuff like that, and we basically keep it updated anytime that there's an addition to the game trials. So check that out. You can see everything that's come out over the past couple of years, and look forward to what Nintendo of America or Nintendo Europe is going to steal from the Japanese side of things.
Cool. Next up, I was just talking about ROM dumps, and here we are with another one.
Right.
This one is a Blizzard Arcade ROM dump. It was unveiled at BlizzCon, lols, and released on the same day, February 19th, on the Switch, PS4, Xbox, One, and PC. The game retails for 2,420 yen. That's 2,420. And
Nice.
or $19.99.
Right.
The collection includes The Lost Vikings.
Hell yeah.
Noted good game. Rock and Roll Racing. Noted good game. And
Hell
Black
yeah.
Thorn. Noted good game.
Hell yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
I actually owned two out of 3 of those back in the day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Saves and rewinds are supported, and enhanced local multiplayer for Lost Vikings and Rock and Roll Racing. New songs and performances for Rock and Roll Racing, and a new level map for Black Thorn. Digital manuals, interviews with the developers, and more. And a pro tip: if you're a streamer, maybe turn off the music if you're playing Rock and Roll Racing, because all of the music is like, well, it's not the actual licensed song, but it's, they're based on it. So you'll get fucking pinged for that. So watch out.
Well, I was looking at the achievements for this on Xbox, and it seems that like it actually has multiple versions of each game.
Yeah.
So like it'll have like the Super Nintendo version and the Genesis version, and then like another quote definitive version. I'm not sure what that means, but maybe like all the best of every world, maybe.
Yeah, that's the stuff where they've added extra maps and stuff like.
Yeah. And the one feature that I wanted, achievements for beating the games without fucking save states and rewinds.
Nice. I saw you tweeting about that.
Yeah, like that's what you should do. Like you can't just like, I can get Castlevania and just like scum my way through the game, and it just feels so dumb. But but my gamer credibility is safe here.
Right.
Yeah. I think we literally said that was the solution to this. It's like, just give people an achievement for not using those features.
I'm pretty sure that's what I said. Like, just do that.
And they did.
Yeah.
That's cool. Lost Vikings got 3-player multiplayer. The Rock and Roll Racing multiplayer is interesting because they've actually split the screen into 4 for like, so it's like quite small. Because
it's like a 3/4 like RC Pro-Am perspective, right?
Yeah, but like when you see 4 of those at once, it looks a bit kind of bizarre. Yeah, it's not really made for that originally, but yeah, it's cool that they did it.
Right.
Yeah, Black Thorn is ridiculously cool. It's like if you ever played Flashback, but it's a little bit more action paced, a little bit more faster than that, and it's got the coolest like animation ever. Like the guy, you can actually shoot behind you without looking. Just like puts the shotgun behind him, just shoots him. Doesn't even look. It's the fucking coolest animation I've ever seen. It's worth it. Actually, buy the game just to see that animation.
Yeah. Honestly, I've never played any of these games in this collection. Just never did.
Oh well, now's your chance.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Well, it literally is my chance. Will I actually take the plunge? I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm all about that Lost Vikings. Like I'm gonna buy it probably just for Lost Vikings.
Yeah. Buy it now. You don't have to worry about pre-ordering it now. Yeah. Next up, Ty, do you want to take that next bit of news?
Yeah. Diablo 2 Resurrection, which I guess that's just the name for it. What was the name of the DLC they had?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Well, I guess it was probably an expansion disc for most people. But I'm assuming it's on there. Anyway, it's coming out again on Switch, Xbox, PS4, PS5, PC sometime this year. So that's a thing.
Yeah. So like, Ty, did you play this back in the day then?
Yeah, I got it when it launched, and I sold the items on eBay back when you could do that.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I loved the game, and then I hated it. No, I as far as I know, very late in the game's life, they made some much needed changes to the game, and I think I may have liked it again if I went back to it.
Okay.
But we'll see. Maybe I'll get it if it's cheap. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun game night game, actually.
Yeah, my only experience with this game is like watching friends play and talk about it back in like, the early 2000s and stuff like that. But I never played it myself because my PC, well, probably could have handled it, but you know.
Oh man, there's this infamous part of the game where you get to the second act. That like the original game is like 4 acts, right? It's in different places. So the second act is in the desert, and when you get to the boss, like it loads like this huge sprite, like half the size of the screen with a lot of animation frames because they're all sprites, right? And he says looking for Bale, and all but like the best computers would just chug like so hard as it struggled to load this like multi-megabyte sprite animation, and then you would die in like 2 hits.
Oh shit! Okay.
and virtually everyone who has played this game has this experience. Looking for Bale, you're dead.
Wow.
FPS drops to 1, and then you're dead.
Shit.
So I bet that's a lot better now.
Probably, hopefully, we'll see.
And then the random Korean players that would join your games and ask you for SOJs, which is the best item in the game. Please give. And then you would open up the chat and type like a solid line of tildes, and it would like make their client crash somehow. Like this game was magical for like all the wrong reasons.
Well, you know, just like speaking of Switch versions and stuff like that, I mean, they have Diablo 3 out on Switch right now. And from what I remember people saying around the time when it came out, it seemed like it ran fine. Nobody had any problems with it. I don't remember if they had crossplay.
I don't remember. I don't think so, but maybe I'm wrong. I bought like the Xbox 360 one at a pawn shop for like a few bucks when I visited America a few years back. Maybe I should play it more.
Yeah. Weird. But all right, well, we got one last news story that I'll kind of just go through here real quick. So you guys might have seen on Twitter, like it seemed kind of like a real screw up on Nintendo America's part, but like I think Activision said something like, yeah, you know, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 is coming to the, you know, Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 really soon. And like Nintendo had like the little eye emoji that came up, and then everyone was like, "Wait, what the hell does that mean?" And then, just like maybe within 24 hours or something, like you know, Activision and whatnot said that Tony Hawk 1 and 2, the game that came out last year, like August or whatever, that is coming out to the Switch at some point in 21 or 20.
Reggie up to his old tricks again.
Yeah, I think they had Reggie in there for that one.
Retirement.
Reggie's like, I have access to the Nintendo of America Twitter. Cool. So, yeah, I mean, I liked Tony Hawk 3 a lot, and Tony Hawk 1 and 2. I had the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 on the original Xbox. I had Tony Hawk 1 and 2 on the original Xbox, one of like the early, you know, original Xbox titles. But you guys, Tony Hawk guys?
Yeah, I played a lot of 2, and I played a lot of 3. I actually got 3 with my GameCube, and that was like my first review for the GameCube for Planet GameCube.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have the N64 version of Tony Hawk 3.
I played Tony Hawk 2 on Dreamcast, and I had one of the slightly defective discs where it would boot up like once out of every 20 times.
Oh, God.
Boot up once out of 20 times. Jesus.
That's
yeah,
fun.
So... yeah, I would just like restart the Dreamcast over and over and then leave it on like all day to play Tony Hawk 2. Good times.
Awesome. Cool.
I've only played it in like demos and stuff, never actually. But I think it's one of those thing that Americans really, really love, like San Francisco Rush, and us Europeans are just like, what? We don't get it.
I didn't like
Enjoy your game.
Didn't like San Francisco Rush myself.
What the hell is a San Francisco?
Right. Yeah, if it was like Berlin Rush or something, then James would be all over.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
And those songs in the Tony Hawk games will stick in your head for your entire fucking life.
Yeah. It's kind of like
Crazy Taxi. Now that's a game that I do like.
Yeah. Same thing.
Those 3 songs.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
there was like an indie Crazy Taxi game that kind of released kind of recently. I forgot what it's called. I don't know if it's any good.
I wanted to see some reviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Mad Cab. I just saw that name just now. You can pay me $1 million for it if you like.
there it is. All right. Well, that is going to do it for the JAPANews. Next, Ty has a little bit of nice things to share with
us. The new fan favorite segment here. How long will we keep this up? Who knows? Probably as long as I keep getting boxes of anime trash.
So it looks like you have like 50 boxes behind you.
All right. Well, only two of these are new.
Okay.
Okay. So here's one. I actually started to open it, and then I remember, oh, wait, I need to save this for the segment. So I cut it open, but I haven't gone through the packing material yet. There's all this goddamn paper. Jeez, think of the trees.
Right.
It's happening.
Right. Wait, any guesses?
I'd say watch your address or something being shown on the stream, Ty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there, nobody can read Japanese.
I would have written it down.
Right. All right, here we go. This is a Hatsune Miku. Yet another.
Ah.
Oh, this is nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's like the was it Racing Miku? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Is she wearing a skirt, Ty?
She's wearing tight shorts.
Okay.
Can
I borrow those shorts?
Yeah. I remember I got this for free.
Okay.
Somebody foolishly gave up, and I sniped it with my free daily tickets.
Nice.
By seeing a unique way to grab it. So nice. Yeah, I should put those video clips up together. Put some funny music over them and get them up on the channel.
Yeah, you should do something like that.
Yeah, it's a very cool site that actually saves all your replays. Cool. Even your shameful ones. All right. Now, for the big one. This is box 2 of 2. Mm-hmm. And if I remember, there are 4 prizes inside of this. I don't know how they fit 4 in here, so we're going to be checking to see if they're all here.
All right.
Yeah, I have a butter knife this time.
Okay.
So Ty, when you're on the site, are there like a list of like dozens and dozens of Crane games, and you can just choose which one you want to play?
Yes, there are usually around 1,400 prizes on Toriba. And I just kind of scroll through them, or you can search.
So there's like a warehouse full of like 1,400 Crane games with like video cameras attached to them?
Yes.
Holy shit.
That's exactly what it is. And apparently, insane. Yeah, it's madness. So apparently there's a client for the Nintendo Switch. That's what I saw last time I was on the site. Anyway, I usually use the web version.
Huh.
Danny, have you seen something on Amazon TV? No, what do you call it? What's the Fire Stick? I see some like kind of Crane game app on that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Now that you mention it, I saw somewhere. Yeah. Interesting.
I haven't clicked on it, but.
Oh yeah, they're all here. All right, Danny, do you have the mosaic effect ready?
Oh God.
All right, here we go. This is
nice.
That's a bunny girl from this is Code DS.
She's not topless, but it's fine.
No. Wait, we're only getting started.
Yeah, God.
So I'll be adding this to my collection of bunny girls from UFO catchers.
Perfect.
All right, what's next? Oh, I have this extremely cartoony Hatsune Miku.
Okay, that's actually kind of cute.
Yeah, cute and wholesome.
Rated for mature.
Yeah, it looks way better than a fucking Funko Pop, that's for sure.
I don't see the appeal with Funko Pops, honestly.
No, they look awful.
Yeah.
Let's make every character in the world look horrible.
Right? And they look exactly the same. I hate it.
Right? I mean, it's the sure sign of insanity if you have a bunch of Funko Pops in your house. Not like these good, wholesome anime figures.
Right.
You got a GameCube box back there too, so it's good.
Yeah, right. That's just for me. Red. What do we got here? We have Anime Chan from actually I don't know what her name is, but this is from that
Demon
Slayer? That time I was reincarnated as a slime. That's the name of the show.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a character in it. Looks a little young.
Yeah.
So let's get her off screen. No, that's part of a set. Here we go. Here's the huge anime boobs.
Okay.
Put that in the thumbnail, and
That's
you're
the thumbnail,
gonna get so many clicks. Here, I'll get you a nice big one. No, Mom, don't come in.
Yes.
There you go. So yeah, this is another character on that show, and she has a huge rack. All right. So there is your bi-weekly anime hell, courtesy of me.
Excellent.
Yeah, nice. And I've already won 2 more prizes for next time.
Damn.
Will there be even more? Tune in next time and find out.
Yeah. And as the message says, James, we should always
remain indoors, wash your hands, but for totally different reasons this time.
I wash my hands over and over, but I still feel so dirty.
Yes.
Maybe I should set up all these figures so I have a nice thing to film when the next earthquake hits.
Awesome. All right. Well, that is going to do it for the anime trash, the unboxing. Now we're going to move on to a little bit of feedback before we close out the show. So if you guys have any feedback for us, feel free to reach out. You can hit us up on Twitter at the Famicast. You can hit us up.
What was that ticker at the bottom?
Ignore it.
Okay. I missed it.
I think I got a good look at it. It was pretty good.
I'll have to catch that later. Thank you. If you want to send us some kind of comment or question like that, you can do that on Twitter. You can hit us up at the Famicast. You can sign up in the comments on our YouTube videos. Hit us up at thefamicast@gmail.com and get your stuff read out on the air like these guys. So we have a couple of different things here. I have a couple of different things ready for YouTube. I'm going to read those out here now. And James, could you get a couple things ready from Twitter if we have anything?
In it.
Okay. So from YouTube, Lemonade on the Famicom Detective Club preview video, he said, "Hey, I'm definitely interested in playing this, but I think I'll wait for reviews. I guess the Famicast will be doing one. God willing." I am going to be picking up. I have the pre-order in for the physical version of that collector's edition, so that you can expect to see some kind of a video about that for sure. If I can actually finish the game and review it, that's a whole other story. But also, friend of the show, Chariot Goblin, he had a comment on the last episode, 190. He said, "Great show." No, this is like 2 episodes ago. I missed it the last time. Sorry about that, man. But he said, "Yeah, great show. My mind is blown by realizing Push Dust In's name is Push Dust In as I was listening." And he said, "As I was watching or listening, I got my first and probably only victory in Super Mario 35. Congratulations on that." And then just one more here from FileMax on the preview for Famicom Detective Club. "I saw this on the Direct and I was interested since I like visual novels. But then I saw the price for the Switch version and I thought that was way too much." So, yeah, I can see that. It is kind of expensive, like basically like $35 a pop with like a $10 rebate if you buy them both. But yeah, it's kind of a steep asking price. We'll see. But we have a... James Allen has a comment here too. It said, "Next season Patreon rewards equals a choice from Ty's collection."
Maybe. I did send out a couple of things before.
Yeah, we did do that. Yeah. I sent a couple of TGS goodies. Ty sent some of his anime trash.
Yeah, that's right. Probably a good idea before before I'm crushed under a mountain of anime debris.
Boobs.
He'll be helping us.
James, got anything?
Yeah, there was a game announced. We got a, what do you call it? Like a PR email from about this game called Heavy Metal Machines, which it looked like Micro Machines or Rock and Roll Racing. It looked awesome. It's free to play and cross play, and I was super hyped for it. I was like, "Holy shit, this is going to be like the greatest game night game ever!" And then I found out it was coming to PS4 and Xbone only. So that sucks.
I'll let you know how it is.
Yeah. But anyway, Metal Mike said, "Yeah, it looks fantastic." Yeah, he said Rock and Roll Racing / Rocket League / Twisted Metal. So yeah, I have a feeling. I mean, it doesn't look very graphically taxing. It literally looked like a Switch game. That's why I just assumed it was, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the funny thing was, Ty, that you actually need a gold membership to play on the Xbox version, so it's not really free to play.
Okay.
But you don't need Sony PlayStation Plus account to play it on the PlayStation.
Huh.
Well, this one kind of would work better if I actually shared the visual. I don't know if that's possible, Danny. Is that okay?
Feel free.
I was going to share the tab here. So so this uplink people, I believe this girl works for the uplink thing that we did. And it was like, which N64 game are you? And then there's a cute girl doing one of those kind of app things where you put it on your forehead.
And then it turns out you're Iggy's Wrecking Ball.
Right.
Nice.
What did you get then? What did you get? Oh, it didn't stop. Okay, I guess you just have to do it yourself. Anyway. So yeah, James Allen says, looking forward to the show tonight. It's just the tonic I need to get me through some homeschooling / working from home. But the end is in sight. Kids back to school in less than 2 weeks. Super Cat Drugs, your UFO catcher segment is becoming a favorite part of the show.
Oh, wow. Pretty good for a segment I just pulled out of my ass.
There it is. Yeah, it's well, yeah, hope you enjoyed it. James Allen, if you're still there. Yes, I think he is. Cool. Yeah. Danny, are we done for YouTube? We got so many YouTube comments these days. It's kind of unbelievable.
I try to pull out like the best ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or just like try to bring out stuff to people that like comment like on a regular basis. So like if you guys have comments on the YouTube videos or just on the show or anything like that, definitely feel free to reach out. We'll try. I mean, we can't read out everything, but we'll try to read out as much as we can, time permitting and stuff like that.
We've come so far, then.
Yeah,
we used to read out like all 3 comments we got on the YouTube channel. Now it's like we couldn't even do that. Realistically, we have so many comments. It's kind of incredible. But I guess if you comment on the show, this one, if you're watching this on YouTube now, we'll definitely read those ones out because they're the easiest to see. Right?
I forget. But it happens sometimes. Sometimes I'll forget.
Yeah, with the gameplay videos, they usually get lost, don't they? Because we've got so many comments on them now. But but please do enjoy.
And, like we had Jefferson. I don't know if he's still listening to the show or anything like that, but he would send us in like some long emails and stuff like that. If you guys have something long that you want to send us too, you can always do that at the email, famicast@gmail.com. So keep that in mind. I know it's most people just want to just get something out there. You suck, whatever. Just be done with it. So understandable, but all right. So,
Danny, I guess there's some kind of big kind of site / show news that we should mention. Next episode is the first episode in March.
Yep.
Will be our 10-year anniversary, which is pretty insane. 2011 we started, right? 2020.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the most exciting thing that happened that day.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we recorded before that. I think when it went live, it was like, I think it was actually May 12th here in Japan, but it was March 12th here in Japan, but it was like March, whatever, like the 2 in the morning or something.
Right.
But yeah.
So and then it's not really that long until our 200th episode. So what we've decided to do is kind of have like almost kind of like a Year of Luigi kind of style thing. So it's kind of like not Year of the Famicast, but like, I don't know, a few months, half a year of the Famicast. How's that? So we're gonna go from 10 years of the Famicast, and then we're gonna count down to episode 200 of the Famicast, because they happen, within about 3 or 4 months of each other.
Yeah.
So we're kind of maybe over the next few episodes, we're gonna kind of have some certain navel gazing and maybe some special guests appearing. Some things are going to happen. Some kind of fun things are going to happen.
Something's going to happen.
Something is going to happen.
Live human sacrifice.
Aside
definitely
from that. Yeah.
No, definitely that. And then other stuff as well. So yeah, if you want to do your own navel gazing, if you have any favorite shows, favorite moments, those are the kind of things that we'll be talking about. It'll be fun to do. I mean, 10 years, holy shit! I mean,
it's kind of hard to believe.
My eldest son is going to be 10. Because those two things kind of line up. It's man, it's kind of insane. He wasn't even born when the first episode comes out. Now he's like, he's a big lad. It's crazy.
Yeah, my 3DS is going to be 10 years old in a couple of days. That's pretty
even
crazy.
more important, yeah. than my son is your 3DS. Yes.
What can I say? No.
Insane. Anyway, please to enjoy.
Yes.
10 years starting next episode.
Yes. All right. And that is actually going to close out today's show. So we'll go ahead and give it our Twitter handles, and then we'll go ahead and get out of here. But if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can. You can follow me at DannyBiv, DANNYBIV. James?
I'm at Family Complicated.
All right.
Always.
Ty?
Super Cat Drugs.
All right. Well, there it is. And you guys making fun of me behind my back or something. To my face, but I just can't see it. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Check out the pretty good clip of Guilty Gear Strive that I retweeted.
All right.
Cool. Available soon? Question mark?
Yeah. This year.
Yeah.
You won't hear the end about it.
Yeah. But anyways, thank you guys out there for watching, listening, however you consume the episode. Of course, James, Ty, thank you guys for joining me. And we will catch you guys next time. See ya.
Peace.
Toodles.